Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So firstly, just before I start this video, I just want to touch on a couple of things. The first one is, if you didn't see my previous video, it is a video with me and my best friend, and we gave like loads of life advice and kind of like relationship advice about like cheating, relationship doubts, just like pretty much every issues to do with relationships and like friendships and just like stuff in general. So if you didn't see that, then that went up. Also, I uploaded my vlog from VidCon. I accidentally posted it on this channel first, but then I've re-uploaded it, so that's over on Soph Does Vlogs, the first vlog from VidCon, and then the second vlog from VidCon is going up tonight. And then the final thing I just want to mention is I have managed to get my Instagram handle changed to just @Soph instead of sophdoesnails, and I'm starting the kind of transition away from Soph Does Nails and more into just Soph, because I mean, let's face it, I don't really do nails. Well, I never do nails on this channel. Sometimes I show a bit on my vlog channel and sometimes I show a bit on my Instagram, but like in general I think it would just be better for my channel moving forward to get away from the whole does nails thing, because I think it's really confusing for new people that come to my channel because I don't do nails. So I think I'm just gonna change it to Soph, because that's just me. And everyone was like, how did you get the Soph handle on Instagram? My management have some connections and they managed to like sort it out for me. I don't know what happened to the original Soph on Instagram. I feel kind of bad, but they managed to get me the Soph Instagram handle, which is really cool. So I'm gonna try and do that on Twitter and on here as well. I feel like it's the end of an era because I've been Soph Does Nails for 4 years now. Also, I finally got rid of those red cushions. I feel like this looks a bit more, well, a bit less Christmassy. Rambles aside, I've been sent quite a few PR packages recently of makeup, like new releases and stuff, and I thought I would try them and give you guys my honest thoughts and impressions. I was very kindly gifted all of these things, but none of the brands have like asked me to make this video. It's all my own opinions. I'm not scared to be honest on this channel, even if it means that the brands hate me, then so be it. Let's just put some makeup on my face and have a chat. Also, one of the things as well is the new Naked Reloaded palette, which I'm so flipping excited to test, because they got rid of their original Naked palette and this kind of looks similar, but oh my god, it just looks like such a nice palette. Look at this. So for my primer, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Brightening Primer Drops. I think it's supposed to be kind of like a hydrating hyaluronic acid type primer. It says it brightens, hydrates and smooths skin, and I feel like I need a bit of moisture at the moment because I've got nothing on my skin. Okay, I hope this doesn't turn me blue. Phew, okay, it blends out. For a second there I thought I was going to be looking like a Smurf. That just feels really kind of refreshing, and I mean it fully feels like it's sunk into my skin super quickly actually. That feels really nice. It doesn't really have too much of a scent. Normally L'Oreal products are quite strongly scented. In the bottle it kind of just smells fresh. I'm going to put a bit more on. But then when you actually rub it into your skin it doesn't smell, which is nice. It feels very, very lightweight. I really like the feeling of that. And it doesn't feel greasy at all, which is really good. I then got sent this from NARS, which is very bougie for me. I don't often like use that many NARS products, to be honest. But I thought I would try these because I know that you guys like to see a mixture of different things on my channel. I do a lot of drugstore stuff, but sometimes I like to throw in, you know, a mix. The NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, I have never tested, so I'm gonna test that today. But they have this new Super Radiant Booster Illuminator, and I think you can use this under makeup. You can mix it with your makeup. Wait, maybe this is a highlighter. It doesn't really say how to use it. I think it's kind of like one of those multi-purpose highlighting products. It is so sunny outside today. I'm actually gonna fake tan for the first time in like a year, because I really fancy it. Ooh, okay. Right. Okay, maybe I should have just used this as a highlighter. Wow, that's like turned me into the Tin Man. And it kind of just looks like a highlighter that I've put all over my skin. I now just have gold glitter over my face. Okay, I don't think this product is for me, especially with having oily skin. But also as well, like you can see all the tiny little glitters. But let's see what it looks like when I put my foundation over it. It will probably cover most of it, I imagine. I am so excited because I've never tried this foundation before. And they've sent it with a pump, which is very useful. I don't get why they don't just put a pump on it in the first place though. I can't put the lid back on that, can I? Why don't they just sell it with a pump anyway and then have a lid? I don't get it. I have the shade Light 3 Gobi. Okay, so first impressions, it feels very runny and like liquidy. And then I'm going in with my beauty blender. I am actually amazed that I've never tried this foundation because it is my best friend's Ellie from my previous video, it is her favourite foundation ever. Okay, it looks very natural. The one thing I will say about NARS foundations is when I've tried them in the past, they blend so easily and just look so skin-like. But to be fair, I've only tried one of them before, but they're the most skin-like foundations I've actually ever tried. Like, it feels really, really lightweight, which I actually really like. I think that colour match is pretty spot on. It's kind of got like a medium coverage. You can still see my blemishes poking through, and some of the redness around my nose and like my under eye bags, but it feels very lightweight. And I don't know if you guys can see, my skin just looks very smooth, which I mean is what I would expect because it is an expensive foundation. Let's add a tiny bit more and see if it's buildable. Okay, I think that definitely added a bit more coverage. You know, with some foundations you can really feel them on your skin. This one, you can't really feel it. It just feels super, super lightweight. Then for concealer, I have these, which are the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Contour Concealers. I'm gonna go in with the shade Alabaster, I think, or is that gonna be too light? They've got a really big shade range, like they've got so many different colours, that's not even all of them. And NYX have also launched these new Can't Stop Won't Stop face powders as well, which I'm really excited for. I think they've got 6 different shades of this. I've got the shade Light. Okay, so let's go in with the concealer. Ooh, it's kind of got like a pointed doe foot. Ooh, okay, it's quite thick. It's actually very thick. And then I'm just going in with my beauty blender. Ooh, oh my. Who says oh my? Like what am I? That coverage, that's sick. I just went from saying oh my to that's sick in the space of like 30 seconds. I don't even know. Okay, so like the foundation, the concealer dries quite quickly, so maybe I should have done it bit by bit. Uh-oh, it's kind of dried already. Okay, so it's definitely got really nice coverage. It is quite a matte concealer and it does dry very quickly. So I would say to like blend it out bit by bit. Don't just cover your whole face and then do it, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then I'm gonna try the Can't Stop Won't Stop powder in the shade Light. All right, let's see, what is the texture of this like? Okay, it seems quite lightweight, which is good. I quite like that. And then just setting the rest of my face with this. Yeah, I think it definitely has some colour because I've got like a white splodge on my cheek now. Wait a second. Wait a minute. Why does that part of my cheek look glowy? What? What? This powder's got a bit of glow in it. I think my cheek's like glowy. I'm really confused. Okay, so that's not what I was expecting, but I think it looks quite nice. But I don't know if I'm gonna like a slightly glowy powder. Then NARS have also got this, which is the Skin Deep palette, which looks beautiful, and I think this would be so nice for traveling. But it's basically just like a neutral palette. It looks absolutely stunning, but I wanna actually, what the frick? It looks really similar to these sort of colours. I think like neutral colours that aren't quite as warm as before are clearly making a comeback, because both of these, like this isn't a fully warm palette, it's kind of got some like cooler tones in there as well. And same with this one, like they look incredibly similar, do you guys not think? So for my blush and bronzer, I've got these products which are by Kiko. They are from the Waterflower Magic collection, which has the most beautiful packaging. I've got to say, like, Kiko does some really great stuff and I think they're really underestimated. So this is the bronzer. It's in like a matte, oh, it matches my nails. I don't know why I decided to paint my nails this colour, I really don't like it. But I thought it was more of like a cream, but it's actually like a light pink. But it matches this perfectly. And this is what the compact looks like, and then the bronzer just looks like this. It's got like a flower embossed in it. It's just so pretty. I normally love Kiko bronzers. This one does look quite warm. But they just blend so beautifully. Like, you think they're going to be super pigmented, but then when you actually put them on your face, they blend out like so... Oh. Kiko, I've done it again. And then for blush, I've got the, it's got the exact same packaging. This is the Waterflower Magic Blush in Peach Tree. Look at this. It's like an ombre blush with a flower embossed in it. It just, They're so aesthetically pleasing. It's also got a mirror as well. Like, oh, like I'm actually a little bit in love with Kiko. I'm not gonna lie. They do some great stuff. Their blushes, bronzers, highlighters, mascaras are all incredible. And then for highlighter, I've got this, which is the MAC Hyper Real Glow palette in Get Lit. So we've got Like a Dream, Get Lit, and then Gleam Sheen. This one is kind of like a bluey color, which I wouldn't really use. The middle one is like a pinky color. So those are those two there. You can't really see them too well. But the final one, which is this shade here, looks freaking incredible. It's like a light pale gold, which are my favorite types of highlighters. And I am just going to bathe my face in this. I feel like it's not quite giving off as much glow as the other highlighter palette that I've got from theirs, which is like this same sort of shape. Ooh, or is it? Actually, no, that does look pretty bright. That colour is gorgeous. And then I always do the brow bone, down the nose, tip of the nose. God, I'm so hungry. And then like inner corners. Okay, so that gives a big thumbs up from me. For eyebrows, I've got quite a few new products from Urban Decay. I've got the waterproof brow gel, which is called Brow Finish. I've got the brow blade, which is a pencil and pen combination thing. And then I've also got this, which is a brow primer and volumizer, which has got a colour. All of these, well, I've got this and the brow blade in Brunette Betty, which is a medium brown, and then I've got the brow finish in Ozone. Oh, I think this is just a clear brow gel anyway, so yep, it's just a clear brow gel. So I'm going to go in with the coloured brow gel from this, which has got a primer and colour. I'm not sure what the primer does, but let's give it a go. It's like a weird... Ew, okay, this is weird. It kind of feels like a wax. Yeah, that kind of feels just like a brow wax, I guess. And then I'm going in with the coloured side. Ooh, I really love how tiny that is. It really reminds me of like the Topshop one. Ooh, okay, maybe this colour's a little bit dark. By a little bit dark. It's definitely too dark. Oh my god, I feel like the primer underneath has like stuck my brow hairs down like glue. Okay, so the actual product itself I really like, but it's just like a bit too dark for me and a bit too warm toned, I think. But I'm then just going to go in with the brow blade, which has got like a felt tip pen and then a pencil. Let's try the little pen thing. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is so cool. You can draw in like little hairs. But again, I think this colour is definitely too like warm. You can like draw in tiny little brow hairs. Oh, okay, that one was big. And then I'm just going to go in with the pencil. Okay, my brows are looking a bit crazy right now. But if I actually had these products in the right colours, I think my brows would be looking great. Wait, let me just give you a close-up. So as you can see, like it's giving my brows like a lot of volume. This one needs a bit more sticky-uppy. Yeah, like it really has separated all my brow hairs and made my brows look super fluffy, which I like. And then I'm going to be testing the new Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. I think this comes out in a few days' time. But oh my gosh, I love, first of all, I love the packaging of this because it's so small, it's so skinny, the top of it is kind of squishy, it's way smaller than all their other Naked palettes, and it's so much lighter as well. Like it's such a, I know you can't really tell like from me just doing this, but it's such a lightweight palette, like it feels so travel friendly. It's got a mirror in it, which is good. It's quite a skinny mirror, but I've used it to do my full face. And the colours look beautiful. You get two like bigger shades at the ends, which are kind of like transition shades, I guess. There's some cooler browns in here, like these ones are more cool toned. There's a few warmer shades. There's like a peach shade. There's a couple of like coppery shades, and then there's some golds. It just looks like such a nice palette combination. Okay, the shade Dreamweaver, which I just swatched, is a little bit crumbly. But like, oh, these colours look really nice. Let's try them on my eyes. So I'm going to go in with the shade Blur just as a transition. It's probably going to be too light to be a transition. Oh, no. Just going to put that all over. Then I'm going to go in with Bucked, which is this shade here. It's kind of like, it still is a little bit of a warm brown, but it's not super warm, if that makes any sort of sense. It's kind of like the perfect light brown transition shade. I've just been loving like throwing one matte transition shade all over my lid at the moment, and then that just being it. Because I'm lazy, you know? I don't have time to be doing my eyeshadow for like half an hour. I think there's a shade in here called Reputation. And there's a shade called Endgame. Whoever made this palette is a Taylor Swift fan. You know what? Let's take the shade Endgame, which is like a dark chocolate brown. Again, this one's quite cool toned. This is where it could all go wrong, but I'm gonna I'm gonna try and do a smoky eye. Whoa, okay, that's really freaking pigmented. Oh wow, okay, let's just place this down first. And then I'll blend it out in a minute. Then I'm going back to, ooh, hairs all over it. I'm going back to my blending brush and I'm just gonna dip into a tiny bit of Bucked and then a tiny bit of Endgame together. And then I'm just gonna like buff out those edges. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not very used to doing a smoky eye. There's a little bit that's kind of like stuck on my inner corners. But I think what I'm gonna do is do like another layer. I'm just gonna add another layer over the top and kind of like build it up again. I just wanted to do something a little bit different from my usual kind of like warm cut crease. There's like the tiniest bit of fallout on my face. That was it. Let's try Distilled first and then let's go in with Dreamweaver. Distilled is more of like a silky colour. Dreamweaver's got a bit more glitter, but it's definitely a bit more crumbly. Can you see that? Yeah, Dreamweaver on my hand is just like... The thing that I find with Urban Decay shimmer eyeshadows is they always seem to work better either with a bit of Fix Plus or just with your finger. Like that's what I found with all the previous Naked palettes. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. Yeah, look, it comes out so much better with your finger. So I'm just kind of putting that all over the top of the dark brown. That shade is gorgeous. It's like a deep bronze. Okay, now we got some fallout on my face. Gonna take a fluffy brush and just flick that away. I'm now gonna take the risk and I'm going to take Dreamweaver on my finger, pack some onto the center of my lid. It's kind of like more of a grey bronze colour. That kind of worked, but I definitely have some fallout on my face. I'm taking my mini all-nighter fixing spray and I'm gonna take some of Dreamweaver on my brush and then I'm gonna spray it and see if it like makes a difference. Okay, yeah, like it kind of turns it into a much more foiled colour and you don't get as much fallout. Like the difference between this eye and this eye, like you can see it way more on this eye and it looks so much prettier. I'm then just going to take this shade Distilled onto my lower lash line. I'm then just taking the shade Angel Fire, which is this like light champagne shimmer. And I'm going to put this on my inner corners, even though I do have a bit of highlight on my inner corners, but just to test that. Ooh! Okay, this has got like a slight pink shift to it. So these are what the eyes look like. I actually am kind of obsessed with this eye look. I think it looks really pretty. I'm going to use the dark brown called Endgame, kind of like as a eyeliner. I'm just gonna stamp that really close to my lash line. This is the Max Factor Rise and Shine mascara. It's got quite a big wand. It's like an hourglass shaped wand. It's definitely pretty clump free. It's seeming to give me quite a lot of volume at the root of my lashes, but it's not giving me much length. It's not really gripping my bottom lashes that well. It's not my favourite mascara, but it does give like a decent amount of volume, but just not so much length. Then finally, for my lips, I'm going to use one of the Diego Dalla Palma lipsticks. These are from the new Nude collection. I think these are relatively pricey. I think you can get these from Marks and Spencer or just off their website. But I think they're £16 each, which is not cheap for a lipstick. I'm going to use the shade Lady Nude, which is 200. The packaging is gorgeous. It's like matte nude. And then the actual shade of this looks so pretty. They kind of smell like old lady lipsticks. Ooh, that is matte. Jesus, that's a full coverage lipstick. That is the most matte bullet lipstick I've ever tried. It kind of gives the appearance of a liquid lipstick. The overall result looks quite nice, but it's very, very, very like dry and matte. So if you have super dry lips, would not recommend this. Okay, so this is the finished look. I'm not too sure what I think about it, to be honest. But I mean, overall, I think my makeup looks nice. It's just like not what I'm used to. Okay, minus the nude lip. I'm used to that. So this is my face like fully done with everything. Like, I think it looks nice, but it's just different. The eyes are very smoky. Let me know what you think down below. I'm just gonna pick a question of the day. If you guys have any questions for me about, like, what just came out of my mouth? If you have any questions about me, my life in general, like anything you want to know, leave them down below with the hashtag question of the day, and I will answer them I'll pick one and answer it in the next video. Question of the day comes from Emma X, and she's got like a little picture of me as her icon. I see you comment all the time, so thank you so much. She said, what do you do at the gym? Love you, by the way. Love you too. And what I do at the gym, I've written down like a little routine thing. So I've been going to the gym like once or twice a week, and what I do is 10 minutes on the running machine just to like warm up and get everything moving, and that's literally it for cardio because I hate it. I then do exercises on my abs. So I do these kind of like crunch things where you bring your knees and your arms up, and kind of like you bring your knees towards your chest and you bring your arms forward, and then you just go back and you don't ever let your feet touch the floor, if that makes sense. So I basically do this little routine 3 times. So I do 15 of those, and then like once I've gone through the whole routine, I then do everything again and then again. So I do it all like 3 times. So it's a total, I guess, of like 45 of those kind of crunches. I then do Russian twists where I hold a weight and then I kind of like lift my feet off the floor and then kind of like twist like this. Look them up if you don't know what they are. I then do a 30-second plank on my front, and then I do side planks on either side as well for like basically as long as I can hold it. I can now do it for about 45 seconds actually. And then that's for like my abs and my core. And then for my legs and my bum, I do 15 hip thrusts. Again, I do this all like 3 times, and I do a hip thrust holding like a 5-kilogram weight, and I'm slowly like building my way up the weights. I then do 15 donkey kicks where you kick your leg back, and I do that with a resistance band. Then I do fire hydrants, which is basically where you like you're on all fours again, and then you just like lift your leg up to the side. 15 of those. I then do some kind of like deadlifts and squats with a 8 or 10 kilogram kettlebell weight, and then I do some squats with like my resistance bands as well. And I basically just do that little routine. I try and do it like 3 times, but sometimes I get lazy and do it like twice and then a few extra bits, but yeah. Oh, and then I also use the hip abduction and hip something else abduction machine, and do like 3 sets of like, you like use your open and close your legs, and one of them you like pushing inwards, the other one you're pushing outwards. That probably doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, so I'm gonna go now. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. And my camera's about to die, so I will see you in my next video. Bye!